Here we go again. We're on the side of Route 16. We're kind of skipping further north a little bit. Just because this is Labor Day and trying to avoid some of the crowds. And as you can see, there's only one car here, ours. So this one's a long day, 15 miles or so up the Imp Trail to I forget what they call it, Imp Ledges or something like that, and which should have some nice views there. And then we continue on past that up to get to the Appalachian Trail, and then we actually from there we have to enter we have to backtrack, go south a little bit on the AT, about a half a mile to get to the top of Middle Carter, which is where we left off at some point in time a few years ago. And then from there we head north and just keep going over Imp, and then over I don't know, it's like North Carter's there, and then Mount Moriah, and then the Rattle River Trail down to the car. Lots of opportunities for views, some interesting stuff. And then yeah, so anyway, we'll show you what we come up with, and hope that we're out of the woods by the time it gets dark. Alrighty, so from here we're going to head up to the Carter Moriah Trail, or the AT as it's sometimes known. And those great views I was promising at the Imp Cliffs, or the Imp Face as it's known, you're not going to get, because there was pilot error. I only realized it about 15 minutes ago that there's two trails that come up to here at this point, and we took the wrong one. But we're here.
They're both called Imp Trail.
Yeah, they're both the Imp. It's just a loop, I guess. Two different parking spots that are close enough together. And Google gave me the wrong one. Actually, it was probably trying to get me to the right one, but in any case, this is where we are. We added about an extra half mile. Oh joy. And didn't get the view. I promise there's views somewhere here though. And if not, well, I probably just won't post this video. So we made it to the AT, Carter Moriah Trail. And that's where we're eventually going. That's where we came up. And this is where we're going to head now for 6/10 of a mile to get to Middle Carter, which is, again, to piece together where we've been before. So it's a pretty stiff climb coming up this far, but still no open views anywhere. I think Middle Carter has some, so we'll get them for you there. Okay, our first real opening here. Washington in the clouds a little bit. And over there is Adams in the clouds. Those are the two tallest ones, so I guess it makes sense they'd be the ones in the clouds. The furthest left area that's in the clouds over there is Eisenhower, which was one of the more recent videos. Oh, cool. There's the moon's out. So just came down from there and headed over to there. That's middle. There's a big thing to celebrate. A little pile of rocks. Everything suggests this is it. So anyway, we've been here before. Probably celebrated this much last time. There's a view over here. Oh yeah. Drop off into the trees. Nice. This is looking east. So no 4,000 footers over there. But we've hiked a bunch of those too. So we're back headed north. That tallest thing over there was, I think that's North Carter, which doesn't count as a 4,000 footer because it doesn't have enough prominence. But it is 4,000 feet. So somewhere just below that is where we hooked up with the AT and climbed over that little hump and then where we're at now. And again, there's Madison and Adams. Then there's Jefferson, and Clay, and Washington, the early clouds. Looks like it's mostly in the clear at the moment. Nice day, a little humid. That's why the clouds are out, a little hazy. But it's probably around 60 up here. So we passed this on the way out, and I didn't film it, but it's always interesting. These little boggy areas up in the top of the mountains. We're still pretty close to 4,000 feet up here, and all of a sudden this appears, but I was reading where those boards a few weeks ago were floating because there was so much water up here, so it's much nicer now. Not too far in, maybe a half mile from where we hooked up with the AT and came back to it. But it opened up, so there's some views. Big valley down there. That's generally the direction we're headed. You can't quite see Moriah from here. You have to go down to Imp shelter area. Could actually be at the top of North Carter right now, which again doesn't count. But anyway, we go down to the Imp shelter area and then we have to climb up Moriah. So we'll see if there's anything interesting there. Okay, so now first we get to go down here, which right there is the ladder that somebody just threw into the woods. So apparently that wasn't working really well. But then it's just continuing down, down, down until we get to that ridge there. And then we'll follow it up a little bit and then probably over towards that rocky section. And then eventually follow up the ridge line to Mount Moriah over there. This is the highest point in the camera view right now. Thing to the right of Mount Moriah, a little behind it, is Shelburne Moriah. We've been up on that too. That's not 4,000 feet. So that's what we just came down. That was steep, steep, steep. steep, lots of slippery rocks, and ledgy, and really slow going. I did not show you any of that because I needed all 4 hands for making sure we made it. Alright, so we just passed the Imp right there, and then behind it is North Carter. That's the one with a really steep drop coming down. And yeah, so now we're heading up towards Moriah. Probably about the same height as that one, so we got some climbing, upward climbing coming up. But nice little respite here. View. Well, that's where we're headed. Well, yeah, I think that's it. Could be a little to the right of that. Anyway, we're not going that way. But down there is the town of Gorham. Definitely a hiker town versus a tourist town. Good places to stay, decent, inexpensive food. And then there's the northern whites over there, so probably Cabot and Womback over that way. I'm not sure what this lump in the foreground is. Likely we've been on that at some point in time. And there's a bigger view of the Imp. And North Carter behind it. There's the trail. Where we came from. That could be Moriah, or probably not quite, but close to it. Nice day, a little warm. Okay, just had lunch. Probably still almost a mile away from the top of Moriah, but heading up. There's Madison and Adams over there, and Jefferson, and way off to the left there. Behind everything is Washington. It's now out of the clouds. And then nearer to us, there's this hump of something that we just came over. Behind that is Imp, and then behind that is the North Carter. And off that way is Middle Carter, so that's where we headed back to, and then out in this direction. There's been a lot of up and down and all around. And that's the direction we're going, somewhere up there. Oh, no, over here. So the last video I did was from the top of Mount Moriah. There are people up there, so I didn't talk to let you know that's what I was doing. From there, It was a 6-mile downhill to here, which is where the car is, and just a long slog. 15 or so miles, 10 hours plus. Yeah, just about 10 hours. It's like 4,300 feet up and 4,900 feet down. So another long day.